Good afternoon. I'm Melissa Sorolla, Interim Senior Director of Corporate Communications and Marketing for CPS Energy, and we're glad you could join us here today for a Facebook Live where we have some special guests with us to talk about workforce development and resources for business owners and small business owners in particular. Along with our President and CEO, Paula Gold-Williams, today we are joined by special guests, our CPS Energy Board of Trustee, Janie Gonzalez, and Juan Solis, who's the Board Chair for Workforce Solutions, Alamo. You'll also see with us our ESL interpreter, Eddie Revelas, who's available for hearing impaired guests we have that are watching via Facebook Live. We also have Facebook Live captions enabled so you can read along during the meeting. Following the meeting, we will repost this event for rewatching on our YouTube channel, where you'll have the opportunity to listen in both English or watch it both with English and Spanish captions for our multilingual audiences. Para nuestros clientes que hablan español, vamos a publicar este video en nuestra página de YouTube con subtítulos en español. Also, as a reminder, links to resources that you'll hear about today will be posted on our Facebook feed. And as we get to the end, if we have some questions in the chat and we have some time, we'll make sure that we answer them. And if we don't get to them during the session, we'll make sure that we answer them via chat. So first, I'd like to turn it over to our President and CEO, Paula Gold-Williams, to give us an overview of where we are right now at CPS Energy. So, Paula?
Very good. Well, thanks, everyone. Melissa, I think you've become a pro at this. We love being able to use technology. And Melissa really helps us in terms of leading our corporate communications and marketing affairs, all the things that we have to do. And then it's always a pleasure when we can get Trustee Gonzalez to be with us. She has absolutely been focused with management and thinking about small business, education, students, and training. And so when she suggested this session, it was a no-brainer. And then she gave us the great bonus of Juan Solis today. You will hear from him. He's the ringer. He's the person that's going to give you all the great information. But what I really want to do is make sure that we take every opportunity we can in San Antonio and as part of CPS Energy to be supportive of small and medium-sized businesses in particular, and helping people think about their careers and workforce and retraining. And this everyone from students or people who are looking for another career. Obviously, 2020 has been beyond challenging, and I think I sound like a broken record because I say that all the time. It is an absolute understatement. It's so unprecedented and so huge. It has affected everyone. Just physically, we have lost way too many people to this pandemic. And that's extremely challenging. But then what it's done to our economy, very much it has slowed our economy down. It has taken small businesses in particular, medium-sized businesses, and put them under a tremendous amount of stress. And quite a few organizations have had to either shut their doors completely or minimize operations. And that in turn is affecting citizens and affecting jobs. It's just an extensive impact. I've seen nothing like it. And I think just about no one has. What we feel about, though, at CPS Energy is that we have a heart for our community. I was born and raised here and grew up with this community and really, really still value it. I love the fact that San Antonio has a way of connecting. At CPS Energy, we have suspended disconnects. We did that early in March of this year, and we will not be starting disconnects again. And that includes, again, for residents, small, medium businesses, and everyone. We know right now the most important thing is to work with our customers. We're absolutely here for you. We're absolutely wanting to be helpful. We do have the ability for you all to give us a phone call and talk to us about, can we be helpful with payment plans, suspending and taking off late fees, working with you in any particular way we can. We will also share with you what we know that's across the community. And today, again, Juan telling us more about the programs that are available to help people in terms of how to get back on your feet, or how to think again about the future as we work out of this very difficult time frame is really important. CPS Energy has had an internship program for years. Typically, we have about 50 students working all throughout our campuses every year, and we love it. And we love having them, whether it's at a service center or at our downtown location. We just think it's a great experience. Obviously, because of COVID, we could not do that this year. It was really, really challenging, and we wanted to keep students safe. So we created a virtual session, and again, Trustee Gonzalez joined us for that, for one of them, and we did multiple ones over the summer. We're having to reinvent and reconnect and find different ways to be supportive. There are programs, I have a list here because I want to make sure I don't get them wrong. We are supportive of how can we move our relationships along with San Antonio Youth Literacy, communities and schools, CAST STEM, and the tech high schools, Alamo Community College District schools. Anything that we can do, we want to make sure that we are being helpful in terms of programs, sponsoring scholarships and different events that can still occur. And then again, making connections for employment. We have slowed down our hiring, but we are hiring ourselves. And we're doing all we can to get more small businesses and medium-sized businesses registered with us. Again, our trustees are telling us and reinforcing it, making sure it's a priority that we're spreading the business around much better, thinking about disaggregating contracts so we can get more participation. And what we're trying to do is make sure that we have better ways to train people who want to do business with us and had not done that before. We want you to be successful in the things that you're trying to do. So we're, that's our thing. We're here and we're supportive. We're glad to be with you today. Please make sure that you know that CPS Energy is here to be helpful. We have served this community for 160 years. And really and truly, you own us through the city of San Antonio. And so we look at our community as our investors, but we also look at our community as our neighbors and friends and family. So this too shall pass, and working together, we'll come out of this really difficult time frame. And I believe we'll come out stronger and better. But we've got to do these things in between to make sure that we're taking care of everyone along the way. But I have a quick message. Espero que todos se mantengan seguros. Nosotras estamos aquí para ti. Llámanos al 210-353-2222. Gracias.
Thank you, Paula. Thank you for that message and the reminder to our community that we are here to help. Please give us a call if you need assistance at 210-353-2222. I want to turn it over to our first special guest, Trustee Janie Gonzalez, who leads Webhead, a leading IT company here in San Antonio. And we know that work as a business owner keeps her very, very busy. And
yes,
we want to hear her perspective on workforce development and skills training for employees. So Trustee Gonzalez, if you would please share some thoughts there.
Well, first of all, I'm happy that we have a representative from Workforce Alamo Solutions here with us, Juan Solis. I've always been a longstanding advocate of leveraging local talent. I myself went through the ranks of leveraging any program that I could get my hands on as a student, as well as a business owner. And so I think more than ever, it's an opportunity for us to kind of refocus and pivot and see what the jobs of today and tomorrow will be. I mean, if anything, COVID has taught us is that skills that were good even a year ago are obsolete today. And so there's a big focus always on STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And I always like to say STEAM because I believe that art is a big component of also that's just as important as STEM, right? And so as far as a small business owner, I think right now there's a lot of opportunities for us to retrain our workforce and in new technologies and new areas. And I also am just a big advocate in general to be able to provide the citizens of San Antonio and Bexar County opportunities to expand their horizons in different areas. Not everybody has to be a coder, but I definitely do believe that we all have to be technology literate. And that is the beginning of having a successful career in any industry and any occupation. And so I know as an employer, our focus is always in making sure that our employees are trained in an array of different things. Some of the things I've seen lately, like UTSA, for example, has an excellent certification in UX, UI design, project management. I see Alamo Community College also has graphic design, IT support. There's just so many opportunities. And so I encourage small business to reach out to me. I'm actually very involved and serve on several advisory groups. And I would be more than open to talk to any of them to see how we can pull together resources and leverage the opportunities that are here today. And so I'm just happy that CPS is committed to promoting the opportunities and also is committed to job creation in our community. So thank you again. I'm happy to be here with all of you.
Thank you, Trustee Gonzalez. The great messages and even the messages of you serving as a mentor to individuals. Thank you for that offer. You will probably get asked to be taken up on that offer now. So.
I don't mind. I rather help. I mean, people help me, and it's my obligation, or not really my obligation, but my sense of duty to help others. That's what it's all about.
The best practices, we even see in our industry as well, learning from others and learning from people who've done this before has been very important, especially during COVID where we're communicating virtually. There's still opportunities for that. And which leads us to Mr. Solis, and we know there's a lot of opportunities out there that you want to talk about. So let's get started with you. What programs do you want to share with us and information?
Absolutely, and I appreciate the opportunity for CPS to provide this type of platform for us to reach our constituency, right? We have a mutual consistency. That is important for all of us to realize that we're all one. And as Paula articulated so well, this has been a time of darkness. But like CPS, here is the light. Here is the brightness that is there because it is about an opportunity. And so when you start to look at the opportunity, let's talk about what there is in terms of the opportunity that is there for every single person. And that is the opportunity to take advantage of what is presented to them today. That is the opportunity to get job training, career changing, or the opportunity to go back to school. What's important for people to realize is that, I'll give you an example, the hospitality industry in particular. A lot of people have been working in that industry for many years. But the reality is, like today, there's 12,385 jobs available in hospitality today. But the problem is there were 58,000 people that applied for unemployment in the same area. Those jobs may not be there. So what we encourage you is to take the opportunity, to seize the opportunity and make the change today. Make the change of giving you the opportunity to pursue something perhaps that you had as a passion back in the day. Who's going to help you with that? Workforce Solutions Alamo, Bexar County, and the city of San Antonio. If you hit the next slide, I'll be able to explain a little bit more. Here are programs designed for you in particular. The funding was available for us to be able to provide you, the constituent, right, with the opportunity to take advantage of an opportunity to seek something that is a job that you know will be in high demand. For many of us, it came down to those that were essential workers. Well, essential workers is a gamut of opportunities for people. There are so many essential workers out there, but more are needed. But let's look at what the opportunities are. We can provide you with on-the-job training, which is work experience, which also appeals to the small business owner that's listening today. We can provide you someone for 13 weeks, up to a salary of $15 an hour, where we as an organization will pay for their salary while they train with you, while they learn with you. That's important. We know at this time the hardest part for any small business owner is to make that decision. Do I carry on? Do I stop? What do I do? And when you start to look at those kind of things, what's important for us is the ability to have the conversation with our counselors, Our success coaches is what I call them, because it's important to have somebody who cares about how you will perceive and grow in the future. What Janie talked about, Trustee Gonzalez talked about, is the opportunity for people to take hold of their lives once again. For many times, many of us started a job that they started out maybe 1 year ago or 3 years ago, or even 15 years ago. And you were happy, you were making the money, things were being done. But before you know it, you're 10 years at the same job. Before you know it, you're 12 years there. And you never had the opportunity to pursue what you really wanted to pursue. And now is the opportunity. Join us. It's a real simple phone number, 224-4357. And that's all you have to do. You call us, we listen to you, we help figure out the best plan of action for you. We have great things that people need to understand. I'll give you an example. Think of the person that was running a bar manager, and they're thinking, what else can I do? Well, let me tell you, you have scheduling skills, you have ordering skills, you have skills to be able to manage customers. There's so many skills there that are there for you to still take advantage of and to utilize perhaps in another industry. This is what we want you to do. We want to give you the confidence and give you the faith that Paul has been talking about, that you're not alone. You're not alone in San Antonio. What is best about our community is that we care. What's best about our community is that we work jointly together. We've been through this before with maybe a crisis that you've seen throughout our lifetimes, right? We've been through economic downturns. Heck, for some of us, we've seen the Great Depressions or other issues that we had to rebuild. That's what's the spirit of San Antonio, and that's the difference of you coming along with us, joining CPS, joining Workforce Solutions Alamo at 210-224-4357. Join us and let's make the changes that are essential. Because let me tell you one other thing that Paula talked about as I knew my time is getting close. And that was the fact that we know that it's difficult to make your payments. We know it's tough when the jobs aren't there like they used to be. But if you're a taxpayer and a ratepayer like the rest of us are, we need to make sure that everybody has the ability to contribute to our economy. Everybody has to be able to participate because it's important for the family and the future of our communities. When people are participating, they pay their bills, they get things done, and the economy rolls again. Because if Paula's getting the money, then we got more people to hire. We got more people to hook up to. We got more opportunities for businesses to grow. We have more construction projects to get done. That is how an economy works. So the investment in people, which the Mayor, Ron Neuenberg, has pushed for, is exactly what is needed. Investing in me and you and your neighbor and your cousin and your primo, your prima, and everybody who has lost this opportunity because of COVID. COVID will not overtake us. This is the opportunity for us to make a difference. And I'm looking forward to any questions you have. Training is just a different word for the opportunity to empower you to take a greater control of your life and give you the opportunity to make the difference for you, your family, and your kids. We're doing this not for us today. It's never been about us today. It's about grandkids. It's about the future and putting it in a better place. Invest, work with us, and we'll invest in you.
And that number again, Mr. Solis, was?
It's 210-224-4357. So if you want me to, I can, tenemos la oportunidad para ustedes. Necesitamos que decir que esta oportunidad es para entrenamiento, oportunidad para educación. Para nosotros es importante que simplemente sabemos los problemas que te ha traído COVID-19. Para nosotros sabemos que estás perdiendo sus horas, estás perdiendo su trabajo. Pero ahora es el tiempo, la oportunidad de usted para cambiar ustedes la vida de usted. Y para nosotros, que estamos tratando de asistir a ustedes, estamos allí para ayudar a ustedes. Eso es parte de nuestro meta de nosotros, es para ayudar a ustedes que lleguen a un lugar para su familia, para el futuro. Hoy necesitamos que ver que hay oportunidades que nunca estaban antes. Y ahora por COVID, vemos que ahí tiene la luz de CPS y nosotros. Estamos avanzando y necesitamos que recordar que aquí estamos para usted y no le vamos a dejar solos. Háblanos, 210-224-4357. 210-224-4357. Háblanos hoy. Estamos listos para contestar a sus llamadas en este momento. Háblanos. So call us. Act now.
Thank you, Mr. Solis, and we'll be sure to share that information in the chat section of Facebook. It doesn't look like we have any questions right now on the chat, so I was going to turn it over to Paula to give us some parting thoughts.
Well, look, I want to again thank Mr. Juan Solis, who's always been focused on being helpful in our community, and I want to thank again Trustee Janie Gonzalez. I mean, these things she truly is passionate on. But I also want to, highlight. Look, I mean, my parents were from humble beginnings. My mother had a third grade education, and my dad graduated from high school, but he had no opportunity to go back to school until he retired. And then when he retired, my mother really couldn't work while he tried to go to school. It just didn't work out. We needed two wage earners. And I will tell you again, I mean, there were times when I tried to get a job but didn't have any skills. As a young teenager, my brother tried to get a job and didn't have any skills. And so, we've had situations where we wanted programs like what Juan has explained to us today, and we just didn't have that opportunity to be able to know, if you're a small business, that there are funds that you can use when you really need them. Now, one of the hardest things is to bring people back, but if you could get people to join you and participate in this program and let the funds, I mean, I would be one of the first ones in line if I were you, to make sure that you got a chance to bring somebody into your organization and get that financial support. You give them wisdom, they give you their honest effort. They're going to get back so much by having that on-the-job training. I'm a huge believer in education, but I really believe that the experience of working with an organization, thinking about what it takes to make a business run, I mean, all those things are invaluable today. And right now, these services are there. I cobbled together my education, and again, I didn't have an opportunity to do something like this and broaden my skill level. So I just want to encourage you that this is real. A lot of these programs, we don't want to let the monies go away. We don't want them to be underutilized. We want them to be available to you at a time when they're so ample. So I want to appreciate it. And Juan, I just can't advocate enough. I really want you to give that number again, and also make
absolutely. And let me give everybody on the call a little bit of sense of urgency, because it is true we have monies available, but the reality is, like with everything else, there's a limitation, right? There's a limitation of what is available to everybody. So I need you to call. I need you to act now while the monies are available, and allow yourself to reserve that money for you to complete your training or education or upskilling. That's important. If not, this window may close and we'll have to wait to another time for us to replenish and restart. The city of San Antonio is committed to your success. Bexar County is committed to your success. CPS is committed to your success. Workforce Solutions Alamo is committed to your success. The number again is 224-4357. Call today. It's important. And I realize that for some, they're going to be thinking, no, I'm just going to wait a little longer. I think I'll get my job, and that's okay. We all know what that feels like. It's choice. One of the best things God ever gave us was choice. I'm asking you to make a choice today, a choice that will be important for not just yourselves. I can't tell you how important it's going to be to your kids to see mom and dad working again, mom and dad contributing again. That allows, because a job is not just a paycheck. A job is not just a means of going out on the Friday afternoons. A job represents who we are. A job represents so much to your kids because that's what adds to the stability of any family. 224-4357. 210-224-4357. I'll get it right. Call today, act now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Solis. Paul, I think you're on mute.
Sorry. Technical difficulties. Again, I mean, look, the CARES funds that have been out there, the unemployment assistance dollars were out there. Again, the city of San Antonio and Bexar County have been instrumental. They were able to get the funds, and then we attached some of the funds we had, not as much as what was there for the CARES. But I will say, as Juana stated, eventually those funds run out. And so, and even if they're sitting there and unutilized, then those funds go back to other purposes. And that would be just the saddest thing in the world. So please, make sure that you're able to pick up the phone and make a phone call that's right for you, that keeps you broadened, that gives you the additional exposure and activity that you need to make sure that you have all these skills and talents, so that employers really are fighting for you. They want you to be on their team, and that in turn will turn into more and more money in the future. So thanks again, Juan. Thanks again to Trustee Gonzalez. She is very busy.
I'm actually here. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can.
We can.
Go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
Well, in closing, the only thing I would have to say, like, look, it's not easy to switch careers, especially if you're a full-time single mom working, taking care of kids. I mean, it was a challenge for me to get through school and raise kids and start a business all at the same time. But I want you to know there's a lot of support services that are out there that can aid in that support. And don't be intimidated by technology. At the end of the day, technology is one of those fields that needs people, and it's important that don't challenge yourself and be open to new careers and opportunities, and know that you're not alone, and San Antonio has wonderful programs out there for you. And so I'm going to be concluding my participation, but I want to thank again our Paula and Juan, and again, the offer is still there. If any small business needs help or individuals, I'm there to support you in any way that I can. So y'all have a blessed day, and talk to you soon.
Thank you, Trustee Gonzalez.
Thank
All
you,
right, Melissa, take us home.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I think, there's a lot of great resources that we'll continue to share. Mr. Solis will share all of your information. From the CPS side, there's numerous ways that we can help you as customers as well, and connect you to other programs that can assist you too. So we're here to do that. We're going to share all those resources. Great discussion today about collaboration and partnerships, and the message of we are here for you, San Antonio. So thank you again, Mr. Solis, for joining us. And of course, Paula, thank you as well. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe.